Namo Phat, good morning. Thanks for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The second mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression, I vow to cultivate loving kindness and learn ways to work for the well-being of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I will practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. I'm determined not to steal and not to possess anything that should belong to others. I will respect the property of others, but I will prevent others from profiting from human suffering or the suffering of other species on earth. We're reading Ajahn Amaro's book, Catastrophe, Apostrophe. This morning we have a reflection on contemplation. When we talk about contemplation, we're talking about having enough calm to sustain attention in the present moment, not being caught up by particular objects. Ajahn Chah used to point out that contemplation doesn't have to involve words or conceptual thought at all. There are several Pali terms that refer to contemplation. One is yaniso manasikara, translated as paying attention to the origin of things. Another, Dhamma vichaya, is translated as investigation of reality. Both of these terms are very close in meaning and represent an application of the mind's ability to investigate and recognize patterns. So, contemplation is an active exploration of how things are related to each other. It might involve conceptual thought, and it might not. It is more to do with looking and exploring, intuiting how things fit together than with calculating or defining conceptually. The Latin word contemplare means within the temple. In Greek and Roman times, religious experts would mark out an area, either in a building or on the ground outdoors with stones, or an area of the sky, and they would observe what was happening within the templum, what birds might come and go, and such like. It is a very good word because it represents defining an area that you are examining and seeing what is happening within that defined space, within the area of interest that you're looking at. During the course of each day, we can observe how the mind works. We can notice where it gets entangled in things that we like, things that we dislike, things we want, things we're afraid of, things we have opinions about. We can contemplate how it works. Whenever we notice that kind of tensing, stressing in the heart, we can make the effort to let go of the content of the experience and to simply recognize. This is dukkha. In this way, that experience of dukkha will open the door. Through the receiving, knowing, understanding of dukkha, the body and mind relax. The calm mind then can concentrate, and the concentrated mind is able to see with insight. And through the arising of insight, the heart will be liberated. Many years ago, when I was monastery secretary at AMARAVATI, I was working alongside a monk who I didn't get along with that easily in that work environment. I really struggled with various issues about him. I thought he was out of order, doing things the wrong way. My mind was fixated on this. He shouldn't be this way. Of course, I was trying not to be negative towards him. We had to work together every day. It was a real tangle. After 6 weeks, I suddenly realized, oh, It's just as we recite in our daily chanting. Association with the disliked is dukkha. It was as if a light suddenly came on. Amazing. This is simply association with something disliked, and therefore dukkha. This is the cause, this is the effect. That is all. It's not a personal thing. The dukkha of that situation was apprehended, understood. That made it a lot easier to not make more of a tangle, but rather to bring about a relaxation, a letting go. Surprisingly, I was able to find the quality of harmony with it, and it was much easier to work with him after that. If we are wise, it shouldn't take us 6 weeks, but these things are unpredictable. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me today.